Bills Mafia, what's going on? Bills Mafia, once again, it's your boy Mac Mafia. Back for week 7 post-game as the Buffalo Bills drop a game in Foxborough to the New England Patriots by a score of 29-25. And pretty much there's not much to talk about behind this one. Honestly speaking, as you guys can see, I don't have no flashcards. I don't have anything. Just have a few stats up here, but nonetheless, this pretty much right now ain't a stat talk, to be completely honest with you. This is more of a talk of like what's going on. You know, bottom line is what's going on. We should have beat it. We should have beat these boys badly, to be honest with you. There's no reason why we lost this game. But nonetheless, again, they're an NFL team, right? Like we spoke about earlier in the week, they get paid as well. So they just wanted it more. Our boys came out flat. This is a New England Patriots team that, again, they 1-5. And they 1-5, we should have been able to beat them. That's just the bottom line. Because, again, if you want to go mano-to-mano, 53-man roster, just helmet to helmet, but however you want to do it, man, we're a better team all the way across the board, man. And we should have been able to win this game. We should have won this game. That's just the bottom line. This is a team that the Dolphins just barely beat them. For as high-powered as the Dolphins are, the Dolphins just beat them. I think it was by a score like something like 24-17. They beat the Jets. And as you guys know, listen, the Jets are playing good ball. They staying in a fight, and that's a dangerous team. When a team can pretty much just stay in a fight without their main guy, if their main guy does come back, it'll be like an old shit for the rest of the league. But again, man, phone is ringing. My phone's ringing like crazy. Everybody got something to say. Why? I don't know. Because again, if you've been around the sport long enough, and if you play the sport, you know enough to know that it's not even midway through the season yet. We're not even halfway through the season, and you know enough to know that there's so much more that's gonna happen throughout the course of this year that ain't no sense, honestly speaking, in getting too upset right now. Because if you played the sport or you played any sports before, right? Or just in life, I don't give a damn if it's your kid in school, right? You rather your kid or you rather your team struggle early on and then pick it up later on. That's what you rather. So again, when it comes to sports, right? Unless you like a team like, I don't know what year it was, like the Golden State Warriors that they only lost 10 games or 8 games, something like that. Unless you're a team like that, which rarely happens, right? Which rarely happens. Unless you're a team like that, every team goes through a struggle throughout the year. That's just the bottom line. That's just the way it is. Same thing with your kid, right? If you ain't got an A+ kid and he struggles in school, again, you rather he struggle early on in school and then pick it up later on as far as academically, right? And as far as sports-wise, again, like I just touched on just a few seconds ago, you rather go through what you got to go through and get your shit together so later on you become a much better team and you're a much better... Listen, I don't even know if I'm making sense right now, right? Because like I told you guys before, I don't edit. I don't do none of that shit. I just talk, and that's that. I don't have time to go back and, oh, that ain't sound good. Oh, that... I don't do none of that. Like I told you guys, I'm real. I keep it 100, and this is what I do, right? So again, bear with me if I got a little rambling going on. Because again, like I said, I told you, for the life of me, I can't understand how we dropped this game. I really cannot. But nonetheless, we dropped it. So what do? You have to sit up there. You can't just sit up there and say, oh shit, we suck. This, that. No, you can't do that, man. Like, man up, bro. Like, cut it out. Like, stop it. Like, it ain't the end of the fucking world, man. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to sit up there. You got to regroup. You got to get your shit together, right? So in part of getting your shit together, you got to sit up there. You got to understand that several things have to take place. Like today, the defense held us down for the most part, but we needed one more stop from them, man, and they didn't get it for us. But nonetheless, right, the offense should have did a much better job. And for as much as we needed that defense to give us one more stop, I got to put this one on the offense once again. And if I'm wrong, I apologize, right? But again, I got to put this on the offense once again. Because again, why aren't we converting? Like I told you guys, it ain't necessarily Ken Dorsey, man. I know we love Josh Allen, and that's our guy, and he could do no wrong in many of our eyes. He could do no wrong in my eyes, right? But if we calling a spade and we being honest, it ain't Ken Dorsey, man. A lot of our problems is coming from execution. That's where a lot of our problems is coming from. You seen today we spread the ball around a little bit more, right? But Josh Allen was pressuring about 50% of his 50% of his dropbacks. Why? Like, here's a team who is missing their firepower. Despite what they are on defense, this is a team that was missing their firepower. So there's no reason why, if we considered, right, or we consider ourselves, because again, I'm going to tell you something else. The media's going to hammer us. Oh, they're going to talk. Oh, they're going to have a lot to say, right? They're going to, oh, them guys just pretenders. They this, they that. Listen, again, just look everything up, man. Do your own research. Be in charge of your own sports fan life, so to speak. Because again, like I told you, them guys is in the business of pretty much just getting ratings. And they don't look into depth into every team the way we look into depth into every team. And again, they don't take certain things in consideration. Neither do they care to take certain things in consideration. May be right, I may be wrong. Again, I don't care, right? But what I'm telling you is that at the end of the day, most sports fans get they sports news from Fox 5, Sports Center, whatever have you. Few of them take time out to really go in depth and dissect what's going on. Few of them ever do that. So, again, I'm going to mention this, man. You're going to hear a lot of bullshit from a lot of people. And you're going to hear a lot of bullshit from the media. Nonetheless, who gives a shit? It don't matter. We stick by a team. That's what we do. We not going to fold. Bottom line is this, right? We're not going to fold. So if you're feeling down, if you're feeling bad for yourself, again, I get it. I 100% get it. But again, shake that shit off. Because, like I told you guys earlier, there's going to be plenty of plot twists to follow this game right now. I promise you that. Listen, we're not even halfway through the season. We're currently at 4-3. We got to get our shit together. Why? Because we got the New York Jets breathing down our backs. They playing good ball. Again, they playing good enough to stay in the fight, man. And sometimes that's all you need is a team to just stay in the fight. Because again, if you stay in the fight, you got a chance. All you need to do is make it to the playoffs. If you make it to the playoffs, then at that point, guess what, man? Everybody's 0-0. Everybody's 0-0. Nothing else matters. At that point, letters is out of the equation, and it's all about numbers. Whose number's higher? Your letter is out of the equation. So again, we got to get our shit together. We got to hope for a Philadelphia Eagles win today to pretty much beating the Miami Dolphins. And that's that, man. Again, but if it doesn't happen, it ain't the end of the world, bro. It is not the end of the world. Again, do we wish things to be different? 100% agreed. Yes, we do. But we much rather struggle now and turn it around later on and get hot, because you already know how this works. Once a team gets hot, pretty much there's nobody who can stop them. And again, we got the firepower on offense, and we have the team that pretty much, if we get hot and we hit on all cylinders, nobody can stop us. Now, the problem is, do we ever get there? That is more of a concern of mine than anything else. But it's not necessarily about, oh, we struggling right now, we bums. That's not my problem. My problem is, do we fix the problem as far as execution goes? Because something is going wrong, bro. Something is going wrong. Something is not right. And again, like I told you guys, I don't think it's a Ken Dorsey problem. I really do not. Josh Allen don't even see himself. And I'm going to say this once again. Let him run the ball. Let him run the ball. Again, I get it. He's worth $250 million. I get it. I ain't got that money invested in. I got it. It makes sense. But what don't make sense is that you have a quarterback. You have a Corvette, and you're not driving the Corvette, man. You're not driving the Corvette. Like, open that fucking engine up. Because again, if you don't, then guess what? At the end of the day, guess what? You are never going to get out of that Corvette what you're supposed to get out of that Corvette. Josh Allen seems to be playing scared, timid. And I don't even know if those are the right words to be used in reference to how he's playing. But he's just pretty much not playing himself. He's playing a style of football that almost looks like he's almost restricted. And again, I don't know why it is. Because if you're not getting your news from Sports Center, or if you're not getting your news from from Channel 5 or whatever have you, or whoever your local anchor is, you'll understand that most quarterbacks do not get hurt running the ball. Most quarterbacks get hurt in the pocket. So again, if we teach that man, listen, take off, run, slide, here's the problem. It ain't even so much that he's not running. The problem is that us as fans, if we know that he's not running, what you think the opposing team knows that he's not doing? He's not running. So therefore, we have a dual threat quarterback who we're not using in a dual threat situation. That's the problem. They know that they can just sit back and wait for him to throw the ball, whichever way he got to take. He just got to sit up there, take that. Hold on a second. Let me change that. 1 second, guys. Don't go nowhere. Let me just do this right here. All right. You guys still should be there. Right? So, again, like I told you, I don't do that. Go back and start again. I'm not doing that. So, again, most defenses, they pin their ears back because they know he's not leaving that pocket. So what they do, they play toward that. But if your defense have to account to possibly coming down to the ball because this man done took off, that changes everything, man. Listen, even if you have to do it temporarily just to let teams know, I will still do it if you play yourself. But then again, like I told you, we're not doing it. I don't know why. I told you guys, I don't have no stats. I don't have any of that. This is just something. This is one of those talks that we're just talking, dude. We're just talking. We'll go over stats and we'll go over things during the week. The only bright part is, as we predicted, Dalton Kincaid had a pretty good game. The ball was spread around the field pretty good. Dalton Kincaid had 8 targets, 8 receptions for 75 yards, right? Steph Diggs, on the other hand, had 12 targets, 6 receptions, 58 yards, and that's that. James Cook did pretty good as well. He found the end zone one time. The chef found the kitchen. That's what I like to call it. When my boy James Cook finds the end zone, the chef found the kitchen. The cook found the kitchen. But again, look at Josh Allen, 27 for 41, 265 yards. That's horrible, man. That's not good at all. There's no way in the world. We spoke about this before, early in the year. I don't know if you remember. There's no reason why a quarterback should be dropping back 41 times during a football game. There's no reason why he should be doing that. Again, I don't get it. It seems to make all the sense in the world to me to do completely opposite of what they're doing. But there has to be a reason in why they're doing what they're doing, which is mind-boggling to me. It just don't make sense. I'm hoping that, again, I predicted that this will be the game that change the Buffalo Bills year-round, in which we'll get it together and everybody be hitting on all cylinders and we'll hit the ground running from this point on, and that's that. I was wrong in the sense that it did not take place in the game. But hopefully I can be right in that it takes place, that the Buffalo Bills, something in them, they hit the panic button and realize, you know what, we really got to get our shit together, because we got the New York Jets on our heels. We looking up at the Miami Dolphins, and again, we need to get our shit together, man. We really need to get our shit together, and whatever we've been doing, it's time to realize that it ain't working. So let's go back to what we know to have been successful, and let's try to implement that again. And everybody needs to get on board with that, from Josh Allen to Ken Dorsey. And once again, like I told you, Josh Allen, you have to run the ball, dude. You can't, that's sitting back in the pocket. It ain't for you, man, because dudes just putting their ears back and they just sitting, they just waiting. And again, that first pickup of the game, I don't even know how that happened. Because most plays, the first 20 plays of a football game are for the most part scripted. So I don't understand. I don't even understand how that even happened. But nonetheless, it did. Like I told you, we're not gonna abandon shit. We're not. Again, I'm disappointed as well, and got to deal with these people talking nonsense. But they know they can only bring me so much nonsense, because again, I shut them down with anything they gotta say. To be completely honest with you, because like I told you guys, if you look at any team, it's okay to struggle, man. It's okay to go through it. I get it. See, the problem with football is that you have to wait a whole week to feel good. You feel like shit on a Sunday, and you got to wait a whole 7 days to feel good again. And then when you feel good again, right? Again, most people listen to Sports Center. Most people listen to Stephen A. Smith. He don't know what the hell he's more of a basketball dude. Honestly, like, dude, stick to basketball. But you have to wait. And once you feel good, you have to wait a week to feel good. Once you feel good, now you still in between. You still got mixed feelings because you can't get rid of the bad week that you had before that. So I get it, and I'm not trying to be this dude who doesn't see the bad, because I definitely do see the bad, and I definitely do see the corrections need to come in pronto. I do see that. Good news story is, again, no one in the AFC is pretty much up to grabs. No one in the AFC looks 100% dominant, despite what any of these dudes are saying, right? No one in the AFC looks 100% dominant. We just got to get it together, man. That's the bottom line. This ain't about no Patriots. This ain't about no Jets. This isn't about the Dolphins. This isn't about the Chiefs. This isn't about the Bengals. This is more about the Buffalo Bills beating themselves and keeping these teams that they got no business in the same league with us alive in games. That's what this is about. This is all about the Bills right now, honestly speaking. And Sean McDermott needs to do something. He needs to go in that locker room. He needs to do something, and he needs to find out what's the problem. Because if you watch our guys the way we watch our guys every year, our guys don't seem happy. Something ain't right. Our guys do not seem happy, especially Josh Allen. It's almost like I told you guys before, man. He's a Corvette. He's a Ferrari, and he's doing the speed limit. Like, let him play. Let him play. Let him play. That's that, man. Like I said, this isn't about stats. This isn't about nothing. This is more like just locker room talk, just us shooting the breeze, just talking, and just realizing that, yeah, we do have a problem, and hoping that this can be the game that'll be the turnaround in which they sit up there and they listen. Call all captains, man. And have an open forum. Listen, all captains, Josh, Reed Ferguson, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, everybody, Von Miller, open forum. Nothing you say you'll be penalized for. Let us know what the fuck is on your mind and what you see going wrong. And let our players have some type of input on what's going on. Because I promise you, the players ain't gonna lie. I could promise you that. The players will tell you exactly what's the problem. They'll let you know whether or not they happy playing with you. They'll let you know whether or not they like your play calling. They let you know whether or not they think you a bum. They let you know whether or not this dude ain't taking up, he ain't living up to his end of the bargain. Let the players talk and let the players just have an open forum, man, tonight. New England ain't that far from Buffalo, man. It really isn't. It really isn't. It's a few hours, right? So again, we got a short week. No, actually, yeah, because we got to go up to Tampa. But we got a short week. We back in 5 days. But from here to there, if not tonight, tomorrow. Just do tomorrow, man, right? Because right now probably be a bad time. Dudes is probably upset, as they should be. But find out what the hell is going on. Because Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane, our GM, again, this is at this point, this is something that has to be tapped into the players is affecting directly, which is the players. It got to be tapped into the people it's affecting directly, which is the players, the dudes who's in the trenches. This is more than just calling plays and what's not going wrong with our players, etc. You have to tap into our players and find out what the hell is going wrong. Why you guys are having a problem, or what you think is wrong, and why we can't execute the way we should be executing. That's what needs to take place. Like, none of that smooth bullshit, none of that positive bullshit. What has to take place is you have to sit down with the guys, our captains, and have an open forum and tell them you spit, man. You got the floor. For as long as you need, tell me what you think is the problem and what we can do different. And listen to them. Because we have the talent. See, the problem is, you see a team like, and I hate to say this because they gave us their own for the money, but you see a team like the Giants, you see a team like the Patriots, you see some of these other teams around the league, these teams don't have the talent. And that's keeping it real. But all right, did they honestly sit up there and beat us? Yes, they did. I take my loss. Yeah, they beat us. But if I'm being real, they don't have the talent to sit in a room and discuss what they want to do and go ahead and make monumental shit happen. They don't have it like that. The Buffalo Bills have the talent. And you've seen that today they was able to spread out the ball a whole lot. Now imagine if they're able to do that and include Stephon Diggs into the game. And their defense hold up. And again, I know I'm asking for a lot because I said two hands, right? But it's something that's very much possible. There has to be some type of locker room talk. Some type of locker room talk has to take place because something is wrong. And when I say something is wrong, it ain't necessarily on the field 100%. Something is taking place where we're not playing up to our potential. Like I said, I tell you, our guys don't look fired up. Our guys don't look pumped up. I don't know what it is, but I've been watching the Buffalo Bills long enough to know that they don't look like themselves. So with that being said, team meeting. No bullshit, open forum. Guys, say what you got to say. Let me know how you feel. We all ears. That's what needs to take place in that Buffalo locker room. Buffalo Bills locker room. That's it, dude. That's my time, man. I ain't no stats to discuss, ain't none of this. Oh wait, let's just talk about one thing, right? Because this bothers, right? This bothers, right? Mac Jones, a bum, went 25 for 30 for 272 yards with 2 touchdowns. Got sacked only once. Like, what's happening? Like, what's happening? They had a whole lot of firsts today. First, let's discuss the number one first. Like, they were averaging 12 points a game. 29 points is the most points they scored all year. How? On a team like ours that's supposed to be a team who's elite, man. A team who is on anyone's, at this point, I'm sure they probably dropped or whatever have you, but on anyone, they would have been on anyone's top 3 list to go to the Super Bowl. Again, there's a problem. There's a problem. The good news story is that it's fixable. It really is because, again, we have the talent, we have the personnel. Like I said, I told you guys before, you got certain teams in the league who have problems, but they don't have the personnel, nor do they have the talent to turn things around. We do. We just got to find out what the hell is the problem and get to it. Again, hopefully, I was right in the sense that this game does turn something around. And what it turns around is just the Buffalo Bills' whole attitude, the approach on things, and just that, listen, when the Kansas City Chiefs were the Kansas City Chiefs, they laid their foot on your neck and wouldn't let up. Mahomes did what he had to do to get the first down, to get the completion, to get the victory. We're not doing that. It's something about us that we're playing some type of conservative ball, almost as if we worried about something. Listen, lay it all out on the field, man. Lay it all out on the field. And again, I know it's easy for me to say because I don't have all this money invested in these players. But again, you have to play to win, man. Stop worrying about not wanting to lose and play to win. We playing not to want to lose, but we're not playing to win. Something's off. Josh Allen, my guy, do something different, man. If you're unhappy, and because as fans, we all see it. If you're unhappy with the way they utilizing you, my dude, say something, man. Say something, and hopefully we can meet somewhere in the middle, and they can turn you loose. Because you're not the same ball player. You're not. You're not. And I honestly, like I told you guys, I honestly don't think that it's a major problem. I think this is more about a conversation that need to be had, and dudes just saying, all right, unleash him. Let him go do his thing. It was Mafia. That's my time again. Like I told you, bear with me as I was a little all over the place. Hopefully this talk was good. This was more of a locker room conversation. There was not much numbers involved because, again, there's not much to say. Again, we were a better team on paper. We were a better team on the field. We should have won that team. We should have won that game. That's just the bottom line. No matter how you look at it, no matter what anybody else tells you, I don't care what any of those stat lines say. The Buffalo Bills have been beating themselves, and the Buffalo Bills have not been producing. Now, if the Buffalo Bills go out there and produce, and Josh Allen is what he is, our offensive line does what they have to do, our defensive line do what they have to do, and we take our L's, then we take our L's. I can hold that. But nobody can convince me that the Buffalo Bills haven't been beating themselves. They beat themselves against the Jets. They beat themselves today. They damn near beat themselves against the Giants. And who else they lost to? Again, if you go back and you look at any game that the Buffalo Bills have played in the last 3 years, probably with the exception of the Colts game, because Jonathan Taylor ran all over us. The Buffalo Bills have not got blown out. The Buffalo Bills lose by a touchdown or less. Something got to give, man. Something got to give. Buffalo's in every single game. But again, Buffalo isn't playing to their potential. So something's wrong, something's not right, and somebody needs to address that and find out what the hell is going on in that locker room and what the hell is going, which is pretty much carrying over to the field. Fellas, that's my time. I'll see y'all during the week. I don't care what nobody says. Buffalo for life. Bills family. Don't let nobody steer you any different. All right? So again, drink your water, eat your vegetables, and when it comes to our Buffalo Bills, mind your business. Let's go Buffalo.